Hello again my friends, this is the Boy News Dog, and welcome to the channel where I talk about play, rank and review games on the Evercade old and new. In today's episode we finally got past all the launch titles and have now reached the additional releases from the first year. Yeah, they were a bit generous at the start, weren't they? Yes, today we look at the first Duo Kart released on the Evercade system with Console Collection 11, Tanglewood and Xeno Crisis. This won't be the usual rank and review video today as there were only two titles and well, we'll get into that. But for today we'll just be doing a straightforward review of both games and the kart. Thankfully, with only two titles we have more room to breathe with each one. So in alphabetical order, our first game is Tanglewood. The debut title of independent game studio Big Evil Corporation, a Kickstarter backed project that was originally released on a Mega Drive cartridge in 2018. Tanglewood is a beautiful place in the light of day, but at night everything changes. Nim, a youngling who is lost and far from home, must avoid the night terrors of Tanglewood and make it through to morning. There are 8 chapters to the game, each comprising of acts. The first chapter has 4, the rest have 3 except the last, which is the final boss. There is a wonderful chilled atmosphere to this game. The music and sound effects complement this feeling along with the slowly changing colour palette to indicate different times of the day. Nim is a wonderful creation. The tiny detail and animations really bring this little fox to life. I grew quite attached to the little fella, I really did. The game on the most part is a platform puzzle based affair, but it doesn't shy away from little cinematic pieces like the exciting chase sequences from the big chunky creatures that roam the world. And these aren't the only dangers. There are little spiky feckers and squirrels that get hysterically angry when you corner them. But don't get too close to a pistol squirrel, they do bite. Thankfully there are ways to dispatch or at least get the upper hand over these pesky critters. Don't piss off a squirrel, which goes without saying, and you'll be fine there. The spiky feckers will charge at you, so jump out the way at the last minute and they'll charge straight into a wall and get stuck for a bit. And as for the giant beasties, you can either get them to chase you then jump out the way of a spiked wall, or again get them to chase you to a vantage point with a handy boulder. Yeah, it's always handy how they are just laying around exactly when and where you need them. But drop one on their head and it's night night for the beast. But that's not all. You can also gain timed abilities by returning little fuzzles to their nests. One power lets you glide, another slows down time so you can sneak past the beast, or my favourite, one lets you control the beast for a limited time and ride it, helping you clear great chasms and the like that you couldn't pass on your own. Later the game introduced you to clever mechanics combining blocks and switches and a new type of red fizz that first needs to be smashed out of its cage and then placed in these old machines it powers, which can in turn activate switches. As the game progresses further still, it starts to combine all these things together in various interesting ways. And when you think it's shown you the most of what it can offer, it adds another element entirely, which we'll come to in a moment. The game does have a story told through its visuals. It's beautiful, and let's say I was surprised by the route it took. Maybe even got a little emotional. The first few stages are you, alone in the world, trying to survive through harsh conditions like strong winds and heavy rain. And then suddenly another fox dashes past you, being hunted down by a huge beastie. After besting said beastie, you can interact with a runaway fox, and a gorgeous relationship between the two unfolds, with your new friend following behind. What this also adds to the gameplay is that you can put the little tyke on your back and then hold them up to higher platforms to bring items down you can't reach. Also, little ones scared of water, so you must hoist them onto your back and walk through. Pressing X will call out to them and they will call back. If they are further away, pressing X lets out a howl, and again you get a howl in return. It really is lovely. I daren't say or show too much further into the game. As I've stated, there is a bit of a story unfolding, and I do it an injustice to ruin what is to come. There are 2 endings to the game, which at first I didn't realise. I still haven't gained the second one, as you need to collect all the little fireflies on every level to see it. But let's just say I'm glad it exists and leave it at that. You really must play through this game to see all it has to offer. I fell in love with this game, with the 2 foxes and the relationship they have between them, and I'm glad there is still reasons to return to hunt down all those little flying collectibles, knowing there's a decent reward at Journey's End. Definitely not one to be missed, and another fine addition to the Evercade library. Xeno Crisis, a top-down arena shooter created by small independent game development studio Bitmap Bureau at the end of 2017. A distress call has been received from Outpost 88, a research colony situated in the orbit of Io, Jupiter's 4th largest moon. Reports indicate multiple fatalities amid some kind of alien presence. As part of Earth's most experienced Marine Corps under the direction of Commander Darius, you are tasked with investigating the cause of the incident and rescuing any survivors. Though I probably haven't got as much to say about Xeno Crisis, I'm no lesser a fan than the other offering on this car. There's just less to talk about. Of course, this game brings lots of old favourite flavours to the fore, like the mighty Smash TV, and any single screen twin shooter you can think of, really. One note out of the gate, I'm gutted there isn't some kind of analog controller patch to play using duo sticks. I tried to trick the system by mapping the face buttons onto the right stick directions, and it kind of half worked. I thought I'd give it a shot, never mind. However, this isn't a deal breaker. The game works fine with the D-pad for movement and face buttons for fire direction. Of course, pressing 2 together to aim diagonally. Kill all the beasties in a room and any waves that appear, and arrows will appear to show you where to go next.
All clear.
Sometimes there's one exit, sometimes there are a few. Work your way around the level, clearing every room, picking up drops from dead enemies as you go, including ammo, health and dog tags. In the end, these are the most important. A room may also hold a security card, which will help to unlock a door in a different room. Hand grenades, random powerful weapons, can be used for a limited time. Some are cool and some can be a little annoying in certain situations, so better to be dumped. You'll also come across hostages that need saving. Get them all for a bonus. Once all areas are cleared, make for the boss. Saving up hand grenades for the boss helps. Once the boss is defeated, you come to a shop. I love a little shop. Here you can use those newly grabbed dog tags to upgrade various attributes. Max health, max speed, max power, max ammo capacity, etc. So the more dog tags you get early, the better. Each attribute can only be upgraded a specific amount. Once most are topped, the remains will go to ammo capacity, as that can be increased the most. Or save up the most for more continues. It's a great addictive little system that feels rewarding after a particularly good run on a level, and you can always feel the difference once you begin the next. There are 7 areas to clear, and truth be told, I haven't got anywhere near the end. But that doesn't stop me going back and trying over and over. I bloody love this game. It's great fun. It's hard as nails, the soundtrack is grand, and it reminds me of so many games I've loved over the years. They've just nailed that feeling spot on. And my final thoughts on this car. What an amazing collection. And the reason you can't rank them against each other is because they perfectly complement each other. Like yin and yang. No, not yin and yang. But they just fit, okay? Like a beautiful tapestry or something, innit? So, only 2 games and both are bangers, meaning this collection is 100% certified a bad banger. A bad as in a boy and his dog. Not as in bad, you get me? I can't recommend it higher. This collection should be bought and played within an absolute inch of its life. Wear the cart out, buy another, be the reason the cart fails, not some RCD, random cart death. Not much more I can add. If you've made it here to the end of the episode, thanks ever so much for joining me. Leave a thumbs up or comment if you'd like. But even if not, I'm still chuffed you poked your head in for a goosey gander. Join me in the next episode where we continue our dive into the first year of arcade with the car I bought the original handheld system for. Because of one little eggy guy. Yes, it's the Oliver Twins collection. Paint me excited, if such a colour exists. I hope you're having the most awesomest of days, my friends. And until next we meet, be seeing you.